This upcoming school year, I think it's really just about getting back together, learning in person with teachers, getting the kids with their friends. That collaboration in the classroom is so important, and we can still do it wearing our masks and social distancing.
Students have said that they feel like a weight has been lifted off of them. They're so happy to be back. I've never taught a bunch of students that have wanted to be at school so bad, so it makes my job a lot easier. The students are so excited to be here and ready to learn.
And when they lost the opportunity to be with friends and to feel education physically, I think that it was just, like I said, it was taken for granted. Now that they're back in the classroom, I really feel like this year there'll be more appreciation for themselves and for others.
We are explicitly teaching our students and our staff members that if these procedures are followed, we are doing what we can to make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. And as I mentioned, that went really well on the first day. Students were very aware of the procedures, and they did what they could to follow those procedures. And if they made a mistake, they fixed it very quickly. You know, we have those directional arrows, and you'd say, hey, arrows. And the kids went, oh, yep, and they fixed it.
Every once in a while, you know, they're talking, they'll slip down past their nose, and they'll just say, oh, lift your mask back up, and they fix it right away. The kids have been awesome about hand sanitizer. Like, they know where it is in the school, they know where it is in the hallway, in the classroom, and every time they need to use it, they're really good about using it with very few reminders already at this point.
My own two children were ready to come back. We had practiced wearing masks. We had taught hand washing. We practiced hand washing at home. They knew, you know, out in public, limit things that you're touching. They know about social distancing. And most parents have also done a great job teaching their own kids the same things.
I've seen staff from other positions come to help. Students have been helping, teachers have been helping teachers, and the administration and the front office staff have been working nonstop just so that everybody has what they need.
In all my classes, I just asked them, you know, what have been some challenges of returning and what have been some positives? And, you know, kids were like, yeah, masks aren't great, but it's worth it to be back in class. You know, they find the value in sitting with their peers.
I have been shocked at how well the kids have adapted. My little first graders, 6-year-olds, are wearing their masks and they're wearing them properly. I really thought that I was gonna have to kind of be the mask police and doing a lot of reminders, and I haven't, which is amazing.
My heart was warmed as I talked to the kids and said, you know, you guys have done a fabulous job. It's been amazing to see you follow through with the guidelines, you know, stand up at the times you had to, clean when we had to clean, and still were engaged in these long block periods. To me, it's contributes to the fact that they're good kids raised by great parents.
The kids did not complain about their mask. They all said, we will do whatever it takes to get to stay in school. And they even had discussions about it, and they were talking about it and how they felt. And a few were a little nervous, but when they saw how we were handling everything, they said that made them feel a lot better, but they were ready to do paper and pencil. They couldn't wait to do work.
One little boy, through his sweet mask, he said, Mrs. Fenderson, I really, really like to give hugs. And I really want to give you a hug. And I said, well, guess what? We can give air hugs like we do at the morning meeting. So he just wrapped his hands around his shoulders and he squeezed and I squeezed. And I said, oh, I feel your hug. So you know what? That helped him, and he was satisfied with that answer. And I said, until we can hug like this.
We have our germ catcher, and I just have timers set on my phone throughout the day. And every time the timer goes off, they'll tell me, oh, Mrs. Gordon, mask check. And we check, and every child that's wearing a mask correctly is catching germs. And so we count how many students, and we get that many germs. And when we fill it all the way to the top, we get to have our PBIS party.
So we put lotion on their hands, and of course every person had their own bucket and did 2 at a time. The glitter was all over. They held their hands up, and that's the germs. And then, okay, I'm gonna give you some pumps of soap. Now let's try to wash it in the bucket and get all those germs off. And after the first time, most of the germs were off, but not all of it. So we did some more pumps of soap. And the second time, it was all gone. And I'm like, okay, you see how long you need to wash your hands to make sure they're nice and clean.
I want to say thank you to parents. When your kids come into my class, I can tell that the foundation has already been laid for the expectation of wearing a mask and washing hands regularly and social distancing and spreading out. It makes our job a lot easier at school to keep them safe when they know that we're a team and you have the same expectation at home that we have at school.
I'm anticipating for this school year, just to try to maintain a positive attitude, and that the students, they sense that in their teacher, I believe. In my opinion, I think they know that I want to be here and that I look forward to being at school each day. And I want them to want to go home and say, Mom and Dad, I can't wait to go back to school tomorrow.
I've really appreciated, having kids in class, and this is why I teach. This is why I'm still teaching.
That's what teachers do. That's why we're here, is to teach our kids.
That's why I teach. That's why I'm here.